All right, good evening. We're back with another edition of the Insider's Room Bracket Breakdown. We're going to be breaking down the South region, and to do that, I have our NASCAR expert and the man that knows everything about Philly sports, Mr. Rycape. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Yeah, I can see you're dressed just for the occasion, all decked out in green. All right, so South region, I think looks like it could be a pretty interesting region. First, we'll just look at the first two games in that region. You got Baylor, number 1 seed, 26-point favorite over Hartford. And then the 8-9 game, North Carolina, a 2-point favorite over number 9 Wisconsin. Any thoughts on either of those games? Anything you like? Or
Well, I mean, that 8-9 game, Wisconsin, when they went on their run a couple years ago, they knocked off Baylor as a number 2 seed to get to the national championship. But I like North Carolina here. I think they've been on a roll. They've been a strong team at the end of the season, great rebounding team. I think they're going to move on to face Baylor.
okay,
I think Baylor's going to roll.
I like North Carolina in this one also. I mean, this Wisconsin team is just it's not anything like that team that went to the Final Four. They just don't seem to have it. I mean, they are an experienced team, they're a veteran team, but North Carolina does struggle at times with their young guards. But yeah, I think that this game would be dominating the paint by North Carolina. I mean, they got 4 bigs that play well, that can play well. They got, I can't remember his name, but they got the white guy that came in the other day and blocked 8 shots. I mean,
they're a good rebounding team too. If Wisconsin's not hitting their shots, that North Carolina should run away with this game.
So here's one game I know you'll be itching to talk about. You got number 5 Villanova, 6-point favorites over everybody. It seems like everybody's darling. It seems like everybody's picking Winthrop to win this game. And then you have number 4 Purdue out of the Big Ten, 7-point favorites over North Texas. Stone Cold Steve Austin's alma mater. So who do you like anything out of these two games? I know you like. I shouldn't even ask that. I know you like Villanova.
I do like Villanova. North Texas, I've been a fan of them all season. They've been good to bet on. They're a good defensive team, but I think Purdue moves on here. They're the stronger team playing in the Big Ten. Should be easy for them to move on. But yeah, Villanova Winthrop. Winthrop is everybody's Cinderella team, the Big South champions. They're on top. They have a top 10 pace offensively, and Villanova likes to play slow. And I think with Villanova's experience, they have older players, seniors, juniors, and I think they're going to dominate the pace. And I don't think Winthrop covers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know. I can see why everybody likes Winthrop, and they look at Villanova with that Gillespie injuries, set them back a lot. Is Moore going to play in this game?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah, they haven't said whether he was. His ankle's still bothering him.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time going against Villanova in this one. I just think because everybody's on Winthrop and everybody thinks, oh, this is, I don't know. How do you go against Villanova's coach in this type of game? So
yeah, the coaching, the experience, it matters in this tournament.
Yeah, so I think I have to go along with you, and yeah, I'm gonna go with Villanova. And I just made my mind up. I got a show later on, and this is one of my games I have to do, and I wasn't sure which one I'm gonna do, but now since I've said Villanova, I'm gonna have to go with Villanova then. So see, now you convinced me. You Villanova homer. Villanova homer just convinced me.
That's all right. It's right down the street from me.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so next one we've got Texas Tech against Utah State. Texas Tech comes in as a 5-point favorite. And the next game, number 3 seed Arkansas, 9.5-point favorite over Colgate. And I know I've heard a lot of people like Colgate. A lot of love out there for Colgate. You know, they were number 9 in the net ratings, which take that for what it's worth. But any thoughts on these two games?
Yeah, same thing. I think Arkansas rolls this Colgate team. It might be close in the first half, but that's about it. But Texas Tech and Utah State is a game I like. Two very defensive teams playing each other. Utah State is led by Nemias Keita. So Texas Tech likes to penetrate the middle with Mac McClung, and all of a sudden you have Keita standing there and making sure you're not scoring. So yeah, this might be a game that goes into overtime at 60 points.
Yeah. Both these teams do play, like to play defense. Me and Legion had to talk about, during the Big 12 tournament breakdown. He laid it out there. He didn't go as far. He just let me say that, McClung's trash. So, I mean, I don't like the guy. He reminds me too much of like those crap Duke guards. So yeah, I'll be pulling for Utah State in this one, myself personally. But all right, and the last set of games we got in this region, this kind of game I'm kind of interested in. Get your thoughts on number 7 Florida, 1-point favorite over Virginia Tech, and then you have number 2 seed Ohio State, 16.5-point favorites over Oral Roberts. Your thoughts on any of those games?
Ohio State, I think they run through the bottom of the bracket where they're put. I don't see them having any trouble still, at least a Sweet 16. I like this Oral Roberts team, but Ohio State can score whenever they want and a lot really quickly.
Yeah, I agree with that. My only thing about Ohio State is, I don't see that many chance of losing this game, but the 16.5, they seem to like score a lot quickly, and then they always seem to let teams back in. That was kind of their thing in the Big 10 tournament, and they'd get out some big leads and let the teams get back in and make it close. So yeah, if I was looking at this game, I don't know about laying that many points with this Ohio State team, but again, this is the type of team that could win by 40 very easily over Oral Roberts. So yeah,
I mean they did well in the tournament, and they've done well. They've went through the gauntlet of the Big 10. They won 10 of 11 at one point against these Big 10 teams. So I think they're around where they should be. They should dominate a bunch of these games.
All right. Any thoughts on the Florida Virginia Tech game?
I like Virginia Tech. I find it fitting that they're in the same bracket, part of the bracket as Villanova is, since they beat them earlier in the year. But yeah, I like Virginia Tech. I don't think they're going to get too much farther than Florida.
No, neither do I. Yeah, I like Virginia. I kind of like Virginia Tech in that game against Florida. I mean, I've seen Florida play a few times this year. They weren't real all that impressive to me. So, all right. So you got, I think the top 2 teams in here are probably Baylor and Ohio State. Obviously, the top 2 seeds. Who do you like coming out of this bracket?
I don't know. They're both great offensive teams. Baylor is the best 3-point shooting team in the country this year. So, I mean, I think they could go lights out. But just the way I've seen Ohio State playing lately in this Big 10 tournament, they were going to overtime and they were just putting teams away. I like Ohio State to come out of here.
Okay. Yeah. Can't argue with that. Who would be, not a long shot. I'm not asking you to pick Oral Roberts or Hartford or somebody like that to come out, but who if it's not Ohio State, and okay, let's throw Baylor out also. If it's not Ohio State
Right.
or Baylor, who do you like? Who do you have
If we're
a good
going
chance
a
to win?
lower seed, I'm going to say North Carolina, UNC.
Yep.
I think Roy Williams knows how to coach, and he's done well in these tournaments, and they can make a run. I mean, I think they match up well against Baylor too. So, beating a team like that gives you a lot of confidence going on in the next round. You beat the number one seed. It's impressive. I like it, North Carolina, but yeah, Ohio State's my pick. I like the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I've got Ohio State in the bracket I filled out. I got Ohio State coming out of this region also, but I got North Carolina beating Baylor in the second round. I just think you look at I look at this game two different ways. North Carolina, I mean, they're so big, and Baylor, plays those three guards, and they're so big. I think they could just dominate Baylor. If Baylor's not hitting outside shot, I think North Carolina will just dominate the boards at the defensive end, and then it's like the offensive rebounds. It's like they don't even get offensive rebounds. They just play volleyball. They just keep tapping the ball up and up
Yeah,
until
right
somebody.
back in.
Yeah. So I think they could have caused some real big matchup problems with Baylor. The only drawback I have against North Carolina is their guard play. It's they got young guards, and sometimes they seem to get a little frazzled and turn the ball over a lot, and that's one thing you can't do against that Baylor team. So I think that's going to be a very, very if North Carolina gets by Wisconsin, I think that's going to be a very, very interesting second round matchup. And I hope it gets that way, and I'd be interested to see what the line is on that game.
Yeah, the thing with Baylor, they could turn games around quick as could be. One time they're down 10, and all of a sudden they're up 6, and they do
Right.
it within a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And like, wow.
Yeah. And that's why I wish Villanova had Gillespie and more, at 100%. Because I think if those two teams met up, I think that'd be very interesting. Because you got that the senior or upperclassman guard playing Gillespie and Moore going against that defense, and and with the Villanova's coach, I think that could have been a very interesting matchup if both teams are 100% healthy.
Yeah, I hope to see Villanova in the Sweet 16, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, right, Kayvon, thanks a lot for all your knowledge and your breakdown of this bracket. I won't keep you too long because I know it's St. Patty's Day, and as you mentioned to me before, this is like your Christmas, so
that's right.
I don't want to keep you away from more important things, but Legion. I talked to Legion last night. He brought it up also. That's something we talked about earlier. If you're around tomorrow night, I don't know what time. I'll get back to you, but I think we're going to try to have all the guys from the different regions come on. We're going to do just a round table, free for all discussion. And if you're free or interested, I'd love to have you on and get your thoughts on these other regions and picks or tell people they're crazy for their picks.
May do that.
Hey, that's what I'm waiting for. To sit around and have some good old fashioned discussions like we're sitting around a bar.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Talk some sports.
Yep. All right. Thanks again, and again, I'll get in touch with you. But yeah, we'll do NASCAR Sunday.
Yeah, we did well NASCAR last weekend. We have the Atlanta race coming up this Sunday, and then after that, we have the first dirt race since 1970. So that should be fun in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. Well, right, Kate. Thanks again, and good luck this weekend in the March Madness. Don't lose it all in the first 2 rounds.
I won't.
All
right. Thanks for having me on. Let's cash the tickets.
Let's cash those tickets. All right, that was right, Cape. Breaking down the South region. A lot of good stuff from him. A lot of good information. A lot of good knowledge. Like he said, we'll do the NASCAR breakdown NASCAR breakdown on Sunday. So tune in for that if you want to dabble in betting on NASCAR. And come back if you're interested in the East region. It's the last one we have left to do here on the Insider's Room. And I've got Greg the Greek coming on to break down the East and give his thoughts on that region. So once again, thanks everybody for joining. Stan, the Professor Kaiser signing off. May all your bets be winners, and I'll talk to you soon.